What's up, YouTube family? And we're back at it with another edition of Round One Sports TV. Well, let's talk about it. The Naoya Inoue versus Marlon Tapales fight coming this December 26th. Uh, Devin Haney vacating all four belts. Gervonta Davis refusing to take the WBA super belt over an email. All that and more. We're going to break down a few things. So, like always, if you like the videos, give the videos a like. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. And like always, let's get right into this video. Well, so, Naoya Inoue is coming into a highly anticipated matchup with Filipino star boxer Marlon Tapales. Marlon Tapales is coming into this fight 37 fights, 3 losses, and 19 knockouts. He's 5'4". He has a 65-inch arm reach. Okay, he's from the Philippines, and he currently holds the WBA and the IBF 122-pound championship titles of the world. He's coming up against the Japanese superstar, Naoya Inoue, which he currently just defeated the American star Stephen Kubo Fulton for the 122-pound championships of the world. Now, Naoya Inoue is coming into this fight 25 fights, 21 big ways by knockout, and he's undefeated. So, he's 5'5", and he has a 67-inch arm reach. Now, what's really good about this fight in many ways, I made a video about this fight. If you would like, go check it out. And I gave Marlon Tapales his just dues. But like with always, I always find myself, I have to find something to the Japanese superstar's opponents because he's really, really dominant. So I find myself mainly trying to look up what his opponents have to offer or bring to the table. What are they going to bring that can present a challenge to this Japanese superstar, right? So I found myself doing that a lot. And being the fact that I will always give a champion his just dues because, damn it, he is a champion. So I'm going to give him a champion's credit, whether I believe he can win or not, okay? But there was something that I stopped doing. And I noticed this. I stopped acknowledging that with each fight that passes, the Japanese superstar is also getting better. He's better than the last time out. He was better in the Donaire 2 fight than he was in the Donaire 1 fight, wasn't he? But they keep giving him shit over the Donaire 1 fight, like if that was the blueprint to beat him when he came in. He killed that notion in the second fight. But yet, they always have something to say. The Japanese superstar is coming into this fight against Marlon Tapales. And the more that I look at it and I think about it and I say, yo, Edwin, just tell the truth, man. Tell what you see. And the truth is, this is a 70-30 fight. That's it. There is nothing that Marlon Tapales is going to bring to this fight that he hasn't already seen or dealt with. Marlon Tapales is in for a bad night. And he's about to lose both those belts, if you ask me. And I'm just being honest right now. I believe the Japanese superstar is levels above a lot of these guys. And it's going to take somebody really special to stop him. The only person that I believe that is the super fight to be had, but he would have to come down, is Tank Davis. Because Tank Davis is trending upwards. It doesn't seem like he's going down, right? Speaking of Tank Davis, he was just offered the WBA super title. They were going to upgrade him because he's already the WBA interim, right? Seeing that the fact that Devin Haney was like, yo, you know what? I'm going to do y'all a favor. I'm not even holding on to these belts because I already know which way I'm going. I'm not going back to 135. If you want these fights after I win this belt, you come see me. Those are Devin Haney's plans. Now, that's a man that sounds like he knows what direction he's going into, right? So, good. He has a matchup coming up with Regis Progress December 9th. this Saturday coming up. So that's going to be a big one. Now, Tank Davis couldn't take the belt, and he didn't take the belt. You know why? Because there's very few things you can criticize Tank Davis about, but talking shit about another opponent, Tank Davis doesn't do that, right? But Tank Davis will go back and forth on social media about simple shit, bullshit, but not leading into a fight or calling another fighter out. Tank Davis doesn't do that, right? But Tank Davis came out on social media and called Devin Haney the email champion for accepting the WBC title over an email, right? But if he would have took the WBA title over an email, Devin Haney would have been all over the internet, and they would have been all over him. And because of his pride, and because of what he feels like, he couldn't retract his words, he didn't accept the belt. Yo, they were giving him the WBA Super because he's the next man up. By right, it goes to him. And he denied it. But what he's going to try to do is the fighter's way. He's going to go in his heart, he feels like it's the same thing. And in actuality it is. Because even if you give Tank Davis that belt over an email, his next fight, isn't he putting the belt up and he's going to make a title defense, right? It would be the same equivalence of his next fight being for the WBA Super, in which, in fact, it is going to be. But this way, he stands to win it in the ring and not over an email, and Devin Haney can't say nothing to him. You see? So Tank Davis is like, okay, you could scrutinize me for not taking a belt, but if you really sit back and think about it, my next fight's going to be for the belt. I can still do the same thing, became the champion, without criticism over the shit that he said. Because Tank Davis is a man of a few words. He doesn't really, but sometimes he plays into it. He was fucking with Floyd and shit for a while. He was young, But this Tapales fight is a really big fight against the Japanese superstar, because if you do not know, or, I'm going to remind you that he stands to unify all 4 belts in 2 separate weight divisions, which Terrence Crawford, the American, is the first man to ever do so. And if we were judging things by accolades and awards and achievements, Terrence Crawford is the greatest boxer in all of boxing right now, hands down. And no one has that award, okay, or those accolades, okay? He is the best, okay? But now if we were breaking it down by record, by your record and what you did in your career, the Japanese superstar has everyone beat so far. He has all the greats beat. The Sean Porters, the Wards, and he has them all beat, all of them, okay? Terrence Crawford is a 3-division world champion. The Japanese superstar is a 4-division world champion. He already got him beat, right? And on December 26th, he's going to be the second man in boxing history to do what Terrence Crawford did. So that would make Terrence Crawford not unique. And from there, I believe that Terrence Crawford has a few more fights and he's out the door. Either way, the Japanese superstar is the number 1 fighter in the world. Because from here, he's carrying the torch. He only has 25 fights. So when it comes to the amount of fights, he doesn't have Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford has way more fights. And if you have a lot more fights for each time going into the ring, you're putting your O on the line. So Terrence Crawford has taken more risk and more chances than the Japanese superstar. Yes, he has. But each man are still undefeated. He's on his way out and he's on his way up. We're going to see where this plays out. But look, if you enjoy fighting, and we weren't picking sides, American, Japanese, and we were just looking at it, pure fight skills, real boxing skills. There are a lot of people out there that judge this Japanese guy and haven't really paid attention to him. Either they were rooting for the guy, watching him going into that fight, so their view of him was distorted because they were probably going for the other guy watching him. But if you really want to watch this guy, and sometimes when you watch some of these highlights, the announcers and the people that were commentating during the fight, they kind of, it seems like they were watching another fight, right? Because at times, I saw Terrence Crawford whooping on some dude one time in a fight. I can't remember exactly who it was. And the announcers were acting like the guy was hanging with him. And I was like, what fight are you guys watching? Terrence Crawford's wiping this guy down. It's not even close. It was like at some point in the fight, like they were like, so I've seen announcers at his fights be biased towards him. And let's just be honest, it is what it is, But watch the highlights, turn off the volume, and watch Terrence Crawford, watch Naoya Inoue, and watch their highlights and appreciate what you're watching. Don't judge them and don't even put them against each other if you don't want. Just watch their body of work. Look at how they're fighting. And if you want to really get in depth to what this Japanese dude is saying, they're saying, oh, we don't know anyone he fought. Right? Okay, you might not know anyone he fought. But I'm here to tell you, everyone he fought was a world champion. There is no higher you can go. Meaning, he didn't fight the number 2 guy, the number 3 ranked guy. No. He did it the most prestigious way that you can do it in all of boxing. He didn't beat a guy that had 3 belts. He did it one by one. And he only fought the champion. All right? So it's not like you're like, okay, so I don't, who did he fight? He fought all world champions. He has 21 consecutive world title fights in a row. In a row. Who does that? From the moment that Mayweather won his world title at 130, all his fights were world title fights until he got to the tail end of his career where he no longer will hold the title and they gave him like those award belts in the rings, but he wasn't the champion. And on his last fights and stuff, he wasn't the champion. He wasn't a champion going into Manny Pacquiao fight neither, But, as far as like champions like that, that is so hard to do. And this Japanese superstar is just continuing to raise the bar with each fight. He's going into this Marlon Tapales fight, and he's going to unify all 4 of those belts. I really don't think that Marlon Tapales is going to bring something that's going to really surprise or shock this Japanese superstar. He's far too intelligent, and his boxing IQ is off the charts. His ring generalship inside the ring, he doesn't make mistakes and he doesn't allow his opponents to get away with too many mistakes. So if Marlon Tapales is knockouts, the 3 times he's lost, the 2 times he got knocked out was to the body. Okay? And the Japanese superstar will snatch your soul right out of your body. If you don't know this, anybody that does know this, you guys already know. Oh my God, he's a beautiful body puncher. He's probably one of the best body and slickest body punchers I've seen in the game in a long time. He has that shot that is just like a whip. I just can't speak. Sometimes I get captivated in the moment and I want to slow down because I need to keep him human. I need to keep the Japanese superstar human. Okay? He's a man. He's in a sport. He does get hit. Okay? But I haven't seen, a fighter like this smart, this intelligent, this crafty. With each outing, he gets better and better and better. His level of dedication also comes into play with his skill. You know, I don't see him partying on every time after a fight. I don't see him blowing up. I don't see him missing weight. I don't see him doing any of these things outside of the sport that causes any red flags. I see a very determined, focused athlete that is at the top of his game and that the skies are the limit. This Japanese superstar is really impressive, and if you enjoy boxing and the sweet science of it all, he is a pleasure to watch. You know, he hasn't let us down. You know, in fact, you know, out of his like last 10 opponents, he's 10 for 10 on knockouts. The Donaire one keeps coming in because he hasn't separated himself, you know, 10 fights from that. But we all know he knocked him out in that first fight too, and the referee saved his ass with that massive fake 10 count and jumping in the middle of the action and halting the Japanese superstar from destroying him and finishing him off. I swear to God, when he hit him with that body shot and Donaire started running, in the back of my mind I heard, "Finish him." And then the referee stepped in. Yo, what are you doing? Like, you know what I mean? Look, guys, tune in December 26th for this fight. This is going to be a big one. This is going to be a big one because it's also going to be history being done, right? And I know you're going to get a oh shit moment in this fight. You're going to be like, oh shit. Yeah, it's going to happen. I guarantee it in this fight right here. So if you like boxing like I do, and you like great knockouts, and you like exciting fights, this is the fight you want to watch right here. And you want to pay attention to this Japanese superstar. Because like I said, if you enjoy the sweet science, this is the guy you need to be watching. So fight fans, like always, if you like the video, please don't forget to give the video a like. It helps the channel grow. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. And like always, I'm on to the next one. Peace.